Hi, this is Denise Mathew, and today I'm going to make a pair of Teardrop gemstone wire wrapped earrings, and I've already made a pair right here with garnets and some silver wire. So right now I already have two pieces of probably about 20 gauge wire cut. So you can use this to make teardrop shapes, or if you have teardrop shape wire frames that you can use for the earrings, that's perfectly fine too. It'd probably be a lot easier. So I don't have those, so what I'm going to do is show you how to do a teardrop. So just to start out with, just do one curl on the end, like that. Then I'm going to use my ring mandrel to form the earring. Okay, and once that's done, you're just going to wrap your wire around the top a few times. And that's just going to stabilize it. It doesn't really have to be a lot of times because most of that's going to be covered anyhow. So, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. And don't worry about if it's not in perfect shape because we have time to shape it. Okay, so right now, this is what I have so far. And it's a little more round shaped than oval, but that's alright, I can always make it into an oval. So now I'm going to do that with another one. And you want to make them sort of together so that they will be the same size approximately. Okay? So if I was going to, I'll do it here on the ring mandrel and then just sort of size it against that. Yep, they look good. Put it back on and then start to wrap it a few times around the end. I'm just taking my pliers and just wrapping it around the end a few times. Okay? So then once we have that done, like I said, put them side by side. Oh, the one's a little smaller, so I can stretch that out a little bit. And now that they're sort of close to the same, I'm going to hammer them, and that will wire harden them so that they'll be better for the beads, and then I can shape them into the teardrops. So, flatten and texturize. And just sort of pull it into that teardrop shape, and you have more of a teardrop shape. Okay, do the next one. You just tug them and bring them into shape the way you want them to be. They're not exactly perfect the same, but that's okay because most of them are going to be covered anyhow. So make sure that your loops are flat, like that. See? Working off the spool, I leave a little bit of a 1/2 inch tail and then just start to wrap around the loop. And then just take that 1/2 inch tail and just wrap that right around the top of the loop too. You can use your pliers to help you if you need that. And then keep wrapping. And you can wrap right over that tail and then just continue to wrap down just like you would a briolet. So if you notice, this is what I'm coming up with so far. Okay, so just continue to wrap down, and this is why you're working off the spool, because you're going to need a lot of wire for this. The thinner the wire, the more, the higher the gauge, the more you're going to need. So if I was going to use a 24, I'd use a lot less for certain. Now I've got to about there, and that feels about right for me. I'm just going to wrap up a little bit more, just make it a little bit more messy, bring it back down. Now this is where I'm going to cut it and start to string on my beads. So I like to cut about 1 foot, but you have to gauge that according to the size of your beads. The bigger the beads, probably the less wire you're going to need because they'll fill it in quicker. Okay, so now that I have that 1 foot left over, I'm just going to tuck it in around that wire, pull it taut like that, and then I'm going to wrap about 3 times. And this is just going to anchor my wire in place. And it's convenient because it's all one wire. You don't have to keep putting a wire on and off. I really like that idea. So if you, that's why, again, it's preferable to work off the spool. Okay, so I'm going to do one more, and that will give me my 3. And I've done this a lot of times. I will have a link to some videos that can show you how to add beads to earrings. Okay, so far this is what I have. Okay, and there it's wrapped 3 times. And now I'm going to start stringing my beads. Now what I have today is 4mm tourmaline, just assorted color beads. And I'm just going to start stringing them on, just the usual way, right down the bottom. And I prefer to do, for this particular pair of earrings to get the effect, I like to do 2 in between, 2 wraps. Again, you can do 1, you can do 3, you can do 5. It's whatever you want to do. Okay, so just 2 wraps there, and that sort of went to the back. Okay, so just pull it to the outside, and then just another bead on. So the next one on. And when you're working with these, like I said, you want to have them on the outside like that, okay? And then back in to the center. That's once. Try and keep your wire straight, because if it gets a kink in, it'll be hard to put your beads on. Okay, so far that's it. And just push them up, okay, because you want them tight. I'm going to try a green bead. Same thing, just twice around, and I will come back and show you how to finish off these earrings. So this is the last bead that I have on, and to finish these I'm just going to do one more wrap here, and that's just right around the wire, and then whatever's left over I can just take up and around and around and around, and then you can either trim it. Instead of wrapping it around, you could actually have just trimmed it if you prefer, but I just like to use all the wire. And then just take that little end and tuck it right in like that. So you tuck it right in so that it won't poke anybody. It won't poke you or anybody. Now straighten your loop so that it's perfectly straight. And you know, you can also just take your pliers and just squeeze your wraps a little bit just to make sure that they're nice and flat. Okay, push everything out, and if you want to make it even more oval shape you can, and then you would just attach it to an ear wire, and then you would have your finished earring. And that concludes the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.